Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Hey, Matt, it's Mike Doyle.
Hey, Mike Doyle. How are you?
Just coming in the range. I was in Hampton.
Yes.
I thought I heard you talking about Trump and the whole collusion thing, not collusion,
Well, no,
insurrection, all that stuff.
I was talking about Mark Meadows and these text messages that
Yeah,
he was receiving that while all this was going
yeah,
on.
yeah. But do you remember the 2 year Russian collusion that turned out to be nothing?
That's not even
And do
what.
you remember the? No, I understand. I understand.
what,
But
what does that have to
it's
do
just
with this?
it's well, this is just CNN and MSNBC making up stuff to try to stir the pot. You know, the Trump call you wanted him to make that you think he should have made early, was that the same as the call that Biden made this past summer when cities were being burned down? Shouldn't he have come out and said, hey, what are you doing?
Mike, you're
Stop
better.
burning down Seattle and Portland and
Mike, you're better. You're better than this. The whataboutism thing
no,
is so.
don't be condescending now.
You're the one being
Don't
condescending with this whataboutism. I'm not talking about any of
we,
that, Mike.
no,
I'm talking about
we
the
went
specific-
through a 2 year Russian collusion.
Okay,
Remember?
right.
We talked about it
right.
for 2 years.
Okay, so
And
January
the IG report, nothing.
Mike, are you an insurrectionist? I'm surprised that you're coming at me with this. Are you an insurrectionist? Are you saying January 6th is okay?
Not at all.
What are you,
not at all.
That
never should have happened.
Then what are you doing? I don't understand your play.
That never should have happened. But if they really wanted to take over that Capitol, don't you think they would have had weapons?
Some of them did.
No, they had flagpoles and they had sticks.
Yeah.
Weren't a lot of guns.
Oh, so you are justifying it. What are you doing here, Mike?
I'm not at all.
Yeah,
I'm not. I'm just saying they're taking it from
you're minimizing
illegal taking over the Capitol, running over the Capitol, breaking windows, breaking and entering, trespassing, all the stuff you're not supposed to do. But then somehow that turned into they were gonna take over the Capitol building with armed people and hold off voting and hold off. There were no weapons. They got pictures of security guards taking pictures with some of the people in there.
Oh my God, Mike! I'm actually kind of shocked by you right now. I did not expect this.
Why?
Because you're sitting here you're downplaying what happened on January. Oh, well, they didn't have weapons. Yeah, some of them did have weapons. Mike, they showed up with a gallows because they wanted to hang the vice president of the United States. I'm glad you think it wasn't that big a deal.
You're going to buy that. You really think they were going to, in the middle of the State House, they were going to grab Mr. Pence and hang and wheel a gallows in and hang him.
Right. Who am I going to believe, you or my lying eyes? Okay. Right, because I didn't see any. Because I didn't see any of this on the news. I didn't see any of this. Yeah. Right, you're right. It's all in my imagination.
How many weapons did you see? Usually, when you're trying to, and again, you keep saying you're okaying this. I'm not. It's wrong. It was wrong. 100%.
Well, why are you downplaying
wrong.
it? Why are you downplaying it?
I'm not. I'm just trying to tell you.
What are you doing?
If you're trying to take over a place that has armed guards, especially a Capitol building, which also has the Washington police and the National Guard available, you'd probably have some weapons. You'd probably have guns and machine guns and things like that. And none of that was there. There was rocks and sticks and
they made use of what they had. They killed the cop. Another cop had his eye poked out. They killed the guy with a fire extinguisher. So, they made use of but I'm glad, there weren't as many weapons.
I believe didn't the cop have a heart attack?
Yeah.
He had a heart attack.
Yeah,
and the
cop
other
had a heart attack.
Which had the gun, shot
multiple.
The other cop that had the gun shot the girl that was on the other side of the door.
Yeah.
That didn't have a gun.
Yeah, who was trying to get in there to kill people. Yeah, because they almost got to.
So this young girl on the other side of the door is a real threat to this guy, so he shoots her.
It wasn't a young girl on the other side of the door. It was a mob of people who got very close.
She was a veteran. The girl that got killed.
Oh, okay. She was a veteran. So if she wants to get in there and choke Nancy Pelosi to death, that's fine with you. Yeah, she was a veteran.
Yeah.
I don't care about her.
I don't understand. I don't
understand you. I don't understand what the point of this is.
If you're going to take over a building, do you do it with sticks and rocks? And no. If they were there and their main goal. And I'm sure there's some bad people there white supremacists and some of these other groups that are QAnons and whoever that are just out of their minds. I'm sure there are.
Well, you know, Mike, I'm sure that Officer Sicknick's family would take great solace in knowing that those people just had sticks and rocks and no weapons. I'm sure they would take great solace in knowing that.
I'm sure Police Chief Durnan, St. Louis Police Chief for 30 years, who was trying to protect the guy's building that was getting looted and got shot in the back of the head. I'm sure his family's not feeling too good right now either, but you never hear that story.
I agree, and I've talked about that, and I have said on the show a million times, I object to all violence, whether it's a bunch of rioters, and they did have weapons. I guess they didn't have guns, all of them, but they had weapons. I object to that, and I object to anything that happens at a BLM rally or anything like that that involves violence as well. And the example that you just brought up, I object to that. That is a terrible tragedy. But Mike, me talking about what happened on January 6th I'm not sitting here trying to minimize what happened in the example that you just brought up. That's terrible too. It's all bad. I just don't understand why you're trying to downplay January 6th. I'm shocked.
I said multiple times, it's bad. It's not right.
Right. It's bad. It's bad, but it wasn't. But it wasn't that bad. You're making it because you saw something on CNN. You're making it sound worse than it was. That's what you're saying, right?
But Trump say something earlier. Didn't you say that?
Yeah, about 2.5 hours in, he put out that video where he said, "I love you. Yeah, I understand." But you're good with that.
Why didn't your boy Biden, in the middle of these riots and burning down inner cities, why didn't he, as the president, come on TV and say, "Hey, stop it. What are you doing?"
Actually, he has. There have been instances of him making statements. He probably should do more of that. No. But that's something else, Mike. Mike, let me be clear. I object to all violence. This was unique. This was violence caused by Trump. I know you won't accept that. I know you don't believe it. But him telling everybody we're going to fight like hell, him making tweets about, it's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. Make sure you show up. He caused this. And by the way, the people who did this are also responsible for their own actions. I'm not, they're not completely under his power, obviously, although they seem to be somewhat. But Mike, it's all bad. Anybody getting killed is bad. But
I'm not arguing that. You keep saying that. I'm not arguing that. It's all bad.
But you're saying it's not as bad as I think it is.
People are taking it to the umpteenth degree.
Yeah,
they were going to wipe out. Why didn't they kill more security guards? They were definitely outnumbered.
Okay, so how many?
If they were going to take over this building, why didn't they start strangling and beating security guards with sticks and rocks?
Okay, so you feel that I'm presenting it as though they killed a bunch of security guards when in fact they did not. So I'm making it a bigger deal than it is. I guess you're saying I'm making it a bigger deal than it is. Is that what you're saying? I'm trying to understand what you're trying to do here.
What I'm trying to say is
this is shocking to me.
The people, the left, mainly the left, is just turning this into the worst thing that ever happened in the history of mankind. And it was bad. It was bad. No, it was bad. And now they've got a way to keep this going. And, the same as when you heard Adam Schiff say, I have physical evidence that Donald Trump colluded with Russians.
I'm actually shocked.
And after a 2-year, $400 million probe, that was untrue.
Well, that's not what I was talking about. And I think I want accountability for January 6th. I guess I think it was worse than you did. I think it was a pretty big deal. I guess maybe you don't.
I do. I think anybody who was in that building should go to court, go to get arrested, and it's trespassing. Well, it's illegal.
Great. So what are you arguing with me about? I don't understand.
Well, no, but people are taking it from that level, a horrible trespassing level.
Well, it was more than trespassing.
They were going to take over the country.
They were there to kill people. They were chanting, "Hang Mike Pence." And I know you probably don't like Mike Pence because, he's on the outs with Trump, but they brought a gallows, Mike. Even Fox News does not dispute that. They brought a gallows and they were chanting, "Hang Mike Pence," because Mike Pence didn't just show up that day and magically say, I've decided Trump is president again. So they wanted to hang the vice president of the United States. Right. So I guess if they had killed some more security guards.
Do you really think, in your heart of hearts, that if they could have got their hands on Mike Pence in the middle of the Capitol building, they were going to hang Mike Pence? Physically hang Mike Pence?
Yeah,
Or was that a gesture? Was that
What?
Was that
what? You think if they had, why did they whisk him and his family away to safety? If that wasn't what was about to happen.
No matter what, you got a bunch of people overrunning the Capitol building.
Right.
What would you do?
Right.
Right. But I'm just saying, in your heart of hearts, you can honestly say that if they had gotten a hold of Mike Pence,
yes,
they were going to string him up. He didn't do anything wrong. And you think these people were going to, in the middle of the Capitol building, hang him from a noose?
What do you think would have happened? They would have gotten to him and they would have said, okay, dude, now that we finally have you, we just want to talk to you.
I don't think.
We just want to have a conversation.
I don't think they really
Mr.
wanted
Vice
to
President.
get to him, to be honest with you, if you want my honest opinion.
Right.
I think that was the narrative at that time. He's not helping Trump to get around the election somehow, that, there was something he could do. I don't know. I never understood what that was, but he could declare it a non-election of some kind.
They had there's a whole PowerPoint presentation that somebody made about how he was going to do that. They were planning. Yes, more evidence is coming out. They had a whole plan. They had a whole plan to overturn the election. Pence, to his credit, even though I've lost a lot of respect for the guy because he continues to lick the boots of Trump after he almost got him killed on January 6th. But Pence, to his credit, on that day, he didn't go along with their plan and he did the right thing. But yes, what do you think? They were going to corner him and his family and then just now that we've got you, let's have some coffee and talk, Mr. Vice President. Is that what you think was going to happen? No, of course they were going to kill him.
See how you're taking it the other way? I'm just saying. Nobody will ever know.
They were just going to beat him up a little bit. They were just going to rough him up.
I don't think they were. I don't think they were going to physically hang. The Vice President of the United States.
No, you know what, Mike?
In the middle of the Capitol building.
You know what I think they were going to do, Mike? I think they were going to corner him, and then they were going to tickle him until he gave in and said he would throw the election to Trump. They were going to hold him down and tickle him.
That's a good one. That's funny.
That's what they were going to do.
Yeah.
Well, Mike, you have shocked me here today. I just want to go on record.
Yeah,
this is really shocking.
That's what shock radio is all about.
I did not expect this.
Don't change what I'm saying. I'm saying it's all bad. It's all wrong.
Oh, good.
Anybody in that Capitol that wasn't supposed to be there and broke windows and committed violence and committed trespassing should go in front of a judge and find out if he should go to jail or not. But now everybody's just taking it to the next degree, but they were going to hang him, and they were going to this and that. Come on.
Now, what do you say?
Nobody was going to hang Mike Pence.
So you blame it all on the left for, I guess being upset about it. No one's supposed to be upset about it. What about all the Republicans? Because there are some Republicans who agree that this was a terrible thing. I mean, you've got the core, the base of the party who's with Trump no matter what. But you do have some Republicans who are also very upset about what happened on January 6th. I mean, how do you feel about
most Republicans are? I can tell you that much. I am, and everybody I know says, "Yeah, that never should have happened. That's stupid."
So you're upset about it.
People, a mob crowd getting out of control, following leaders that are saying, "Let's storm the Capitol." Just stupidity. Just stupidity.
Right?
Why would you do that? But if they were really trying to have a choreographed insurrection, they would have all had guns. There would be a lot more people dead. There would be a lot of security guards dead. There are pictures of security guards taking pictures with some of the insurrectionists. Do you think they felt like they were in trouble?
There's a couple. So, right. Well, I'm sure some of the security there, obviously some of the Capitol Police are Trump supporters. So I'm sure there were at least a handful of them who are sympathetic to the rioters. But so is it your is it your argument that because they didn't all have guns that we should limit how upset we are about it? I'm trying to figure out exactly.
Not at all. You keep going around.
I'm trying to figure it. I'm trying to figure it out, Mike. I'm trying to figure out exactly what your point is.
I'll also explain it. What they did was wrong.
Yeah.
What they did was illegal.
Right.
They should all pay a price for that. Everybody who stormed the building, and there probably should be some kind of double indemnity because it's the Capitol building, and you shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
But that doesn't make it so that they were taking over the Capitol building. They were trying to.
But
how did they all leave? How did they all leave? How did it just end all of a sudden? How did everybody went away?
Trump
if they were trying to take over the Capitol building?
Because Trump, their leader, their messiah, their Lord and Savior, released a video saying, go home. That's how. That's it. That's their cult leader, because it's a damn cult. And I know some people don't like when I say that. MAGA is a cult, and their cult leader said, I am your leader. I love you. I appreciate you. I understand you, but you have to go home now. And they left. Right. They left because daddy told them to go home. And like the brainless lemmings that they are, they said, well, I guess we're going to go home now. That's the only reason, Mike.
Do you think Donald Trump would have stood by and watched Mike Pence get hung by a gallows?
Donald Trump wasn't getting anywhere near that. No, Donald Trump was hanging out in the White House. I don't know. What do you...
You think he would have... Oh, come on. Will you stop? You think Donald Trump would have... You think security guards in the Capitol building standing there, and there were plenty of them, you think they would have stood there with... and they had guns, and watched Mike Pence get hung by a noose?
Well, no, if they were in a position to defend Mike Pence, but that was the whole point of whisking Mike Pence away, so that wouldn't happen. That was the whole point of getting him out of there. You think Mike Pence just should have hung around and taken a chance that maybe they weren't really going to kill him? They would just surround him and then just talk to him and maybe try to talk him into overturning the election for Trump? Is that what Mike Pence should have done?
I don't know, but if the security based for the president and the vice president of the United States is what it is, they never had a chance of getting to him. You know what I mean?
Right, because they got him out of there. Because they got him out of there because there were dangerous people trying to get to him. But you don't think they were dangerous is because they had sticks and rocks and not guns?
I didn't say they're not dangerous. I'm just saying their intent was not. I don't believe their intent was to hang the guy in the middle of the congressional building. That's just me.
Okay.
I don't know. That's my opinion. I have an opinion.
Yeah.
I don't think it would ever happen. Nobody would allow it to happen. The veterans, there were a lot of veterans that were storming the Capitol building.
Mm-hmm.
Those veterans that were, I don't think they would have allowed it to happen. It was the crazies in that crowd, mixed in that crowd that, right. I don't think they would have done it either. I just don't.
So once they had Mike Pence cornered, the veterans in the mob would have turned to all the quote unquote crazy people and said, no, we can't actually hang him. Now that we're this close to him, I'm a veteran, and I don't want all of you crazy people. Us veterans are now going to protect the vice president from the rest of you crazy people. That's what would have happened.
I don't know. Who knows, Matt? How do you know? Who knows?
Well, I know. I know they were chanting. There
wasn't a planned with guns. We're taking over this building, and everybody else inside is getting killed because you got. As I said, you got guards taking pictures with some of these insurrectionists. You got supposedly, you got.
There's a couple of them, yeah.
Shown. Yeah. So do those guys feel like they were in deep trouble, taking pictures? Hey, take a picture with me.
Yeah.
It was a mob riot. It's
Yeah.
illegal. It shouldn't have happened. But now CNN and MSNBC and them, they want to turn it into they were trying to take over the country. They were going to hang Mike Pence. And they were going to hang everybody in the building, every senator and congressman, and they were going and I just don't believe that's true. That's all. That's my opinion.
All right, Mike.
But some people, that's all. I know. Some people think, if you really think they were going to hang Mike Pence if they got their hands on him, get him up. Somebody get him up. Put a noose around his neck.
Yep.
Like we're in the Old West 100 years ago. You really think that?
Yep, I do.
I can't believe it. Yeah, well, that's where we differ. There's no way.
All right, Mike. Well,
anyway,
we're almost out of time, but thank you for the call.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye. I have to admit, Mike really surprised me there. I've never heard him. Wow. Okay. So, by the way, our friend Eric Pilcher from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, who is a Republican, shared this from the Austin American Statesman, an article explaining that, yes, it was an armed insurrection. But let me grab this call quickly. We're almost out of time. Hi, welcome to Matt Connarton Unleashed. Who's this?
Yeah, this is the other Mike.
Yeah, Brooklyn Mike. How are you, my friend?
Good. You say you are shocked. You have just witnessed the real man, okay? it's just unbelievable. It's, not that many things get me so upset. My stomach is turning inside out.
Yeah, I'm just kind of, I'm still not sure I understand exactly what his point was. It seems like he's saying be upset, but just don't be too upset. It's weird.
Yeah.
I still, because he was going in circles, and I don't know.
I know.
I don't know what to think of that, but.
Well, that's what happens when, somebody tries to make an argument for something that doesn't make sense. Here, let me, I'm not going to keep you long, real quick.
Yeah.
I understand what he's saying, that he really doesn't think that they, the majority of them really would have hanged Mike Pence. But what he is not taking into account is you have to understand mob mentality. Those filthy animals were whipped into such a lathered frenzy that they were so out of their minds that if they had gotten their hands on the man, they would have done it, and nothing would have stopped them.
Yeah.
Number one, as you said, there was they brought and erected a gallows and were chanting over and over, "Hang Mike Pence." I'll give you an analogy, and I'll leave you. That's like my saying to you, "Hey, Matt, you know what? I'm a great cook. I'm going to make you a nice tray of baked ziti, and I'm going to bring it to you, and, you're going to enjoy it." So then I bring it to you, and, I unwrap it, and it's in front of you, and you're smelling it, and you're looking at it, and then I say to you, "Well, no, you're not really going to eat it. I just wanted to talk about it and go through all of that work of, cooking that for 3 hours and preparing it and bringing it over here, but you're not really going to eat it. So I'm just going to, say, haha, and I'm going home."
Right. Yeah.
It's absurd. It's absurd.
I know. Yeah. Well,
listen, I'll let you go. I'll look forward to listening to you guys tonight. I love you. And, you know what? This does not surprise me. And I hate to say this because I know there are a lot of people that like the guy, but I have no use for him because this is the real person. And that's the thing that I have most against Donald Trump is that because of his brainwashing of people, it's divided so many people that previously would not have been divided.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I agree there. Definitely. I agree with you.
Listen, Matt, take care of yourself. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, Brooklyn Mike. Thanks for the call, my friend. Take care.
All right, man. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye. All right. Well, we are out of time, but as I mentioned, Eric Pilcher did share this article. I'll reshare this on the Matt Connarton Unleashed Facebook page. But yeah, I like I said, I'm just kind of I don't know. Mike said he seemed to believe that Mike Doyle said he seemed to believe these people should be held accountable, but I guess he doesn't believe that they were actually going to hang Mike Pence and that CNN and MSNBC are just making that part up. I don't know. I still don't quite get it, but I still like Mike Doyle. But he did shock me with this. I did not expect that. I'm truly stunned. Made for good radio, though.